Hello and welcome back to Nathan Bell's podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Today, Nate would like to talk about arts programs.
Yeah, today I'm going to talk about arts programs. So I'm a big supporter of arts programs. I was a part of the Renew Newcastle Arts Program Initiative, and it's one. And I had been a supporter of Renew Newcastle since I found out about it when it started many years ago, probably about 15, nearly 17 years ago now. The Renew Newcastle Arts Program started. And I had always been interested in it. And many years after it started, I became involved in the program. I applied for office space through Renew Newcastle, and I was granted an office space in Hunter Street Mall, which I occupied for about a year. And so I think arts programs are fantastic, and it's a good way to spend taxpayers' dollars, particularly programs like Renew Newcastle, which help people start businesses. So you've got to see the benefit of what Renew Newcastle did for the community. At the time, it was in the sort of the aftermath of the BHB closing, and Newcastle was going through a lull period where there were a lot of businesses had shut down and there was a lot of vacant space in the city. So Mark, the man who started Renew Newcastle, I can't remember his surname, came up with the idea that the council would grant artists access to these unused spaces so that they could start businesses. And in my view, we had all of those businesses, all of those creative businesses operating in Newcastle for the sort of 17 years that Renew Newcastle was operating, and it brought vibrance back into the community. It brought life back into the community. And these were unused spaces that were just sitting derelict and not being occupied by anyone. And then all of a sudden, because of this program, we had all these creative businesses selling wares. You know, it is the free market when art becomes involved with business. And when an artist is a business owner, it's the epitome of capitalism. Right wingers should love Renew Newcastle. They should love it. It encouraged all this empty derelict space that was going to waste to be used by creators who could profit and make money for the economy off their creative business. It should be a right winger's wet dream to have a program like Renew Newcastle, giving artists a chance to run businesses. And it brought life back into the community. And that's why I love the arts, because it brings life into the community. So I believe in programs that support artists to be further engaged with the community. And this is why I like grants as well. And a lot of people whinge and they say, oh, why is taxpayers' dollar being spent on film grants and stuff? Well, don't you want Australian cinema? Don't you want Australian filmmakers to be as big as Hollywood? Don't you want movies filmed in this country? You know, a lot of people just don't like the arts, and it frustrates me because everybody enjoys art. Everybody watches fictional content on TV and everybody listens to music, but nobody wants to spend tax dollars on helping artists start initiatives. So, you know, film grants are great. If a filmmaker comes up with a great script for a movie and has a production plan and has everything organised and can show that they will actually produce the movie and it will actually be made properly, why not give them money? The money will come back when they get rich. The idea is you give the filmmaker the 200 grand to make the movie, then they make $2 million on the movie, then they pay that money back in their tax. You know, it's the arts grants are designed to get businesses off their feet so that people are making money and feeding money into the economy. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. Renew Newcastle was similar. The idea was give the artists the space to run their business. Then when their business is profitable, they will start paying tax, and then they will be feeding money back into the economy and back into the tax system. So the idea is to help people establish themselves so that they're independent, and so they're making money and then they're paying tax. And this is like the NEIS program, which isn't an arts program, but I'll mention the NEIS program briefly. The NEIS program being the New Enterprise Incentive Scheme, which gets people on welfare who have a business idea and helps them get their business off the ground so that they can gain financial independence and become a taxpayer. So why can't we, if a person, in my view is, if a person is motivated and driven, and the state, the government can see this individual is both motivated and intelligent and capable enough to do what they say they want to do, we should invest money in them and we should help them do whatever it is they want to do, whatever business they want to start or whatever movie they want to film or whatever album they want to record. We should invest money in them, and the idea is when they get successful, then they will be an independent, financially secure individual running a business and paying tax. All right, so we invest money into people so that they get off their feet so that they can pay tax. But some people just don't want to help anyone. They just don't want to give any money to anyone to do anything. And the other side of what I'm saying about arts programs is I believe art breathes culture and life into the community. So we do want the government to give money to festivals because we want more festivals. Who doesn't want festivals, We want festivals in the community. We want artists setting up in the street. We want art events. We want theatre performances in the street. We want to live exciting lives where there's art and culture and creativity around us to enjoy. So why can't the government spend a bit of money on the arts and on arts programs so that we have more arts activities and entertainment? Some people just want life to be this grind of 9 to 5 and go to the coal mine and mine the coal and then come home and drink beer and watch the footy. Some of us want art in the street. Some of us want culture in our community. Some of us want entertainment and we want to live a little, and we think that the government can afford to help artists bring those things into the community. So, I'm really big on arts grants and arts programs. That's why I took part in Renew Newcastle. I'm also involved in Reliability Now, which is an NDIS funded arts program, and I'm producing great content which I hope is groundbreaking and which I hope benefits the Australian community. And I intend on feeding valuable content into the Australian discussion and bringing something real to this country through art, and Reliability is helping me do that. And I'd love to apply for a film grant. It's on my to-do list to see if I can get Screen Australia to come on board with making my movie of Kings of the New Age, The Quest of the Balancing Stones, and my other books which I am writing. And I keep an open mind about applying for film grants to make my movie. And so why can't the government support independent filmmakers with a bit of finance so that they can actually do the projects that they want to do? Then everyone in the community gets to enjoy that, and hopefully the filmmaker who applied for the grant will become financially secure and will make enough money that they will start paying tax, and then the money goes back in to the tax system and everybody wins. So we should invest money in people, and we should invest money in the arts, and we should invest money in arts programs. It's good for the community. So there's some thoughts about arts programs and my support for arts programs. So drop a comment in the comment section what you think about arts programs.